We will continue our discussion related to the Jenkins. In last lecture, when we were having our Jenkins, so we are having this virtual machine where I have installed Jenkins. Let me go to the settings and let me go to the network and let me check the port forwarding. It is 220 and 8080. Okay. So now let me just connect to this machine. So our Jenkins get installed in the form of Jenkins service, and there is one Jenkins user who is basically performing this action, right? Now let me log in, and first thing I means when I am on this server, so I will check whether my Jenkins service is in the running state or not, right? We have also given the sudo permission to Jenkins user so that it can perform its sudo related actions, right? So if I say sudo su, right? Now if I say systemctl status and Jenkins, so Jenkins service is running. I'm pressing Q to come out, and now if I go to my local host, because I have mapped my port number 8080 with the virtual machine port number 8080. So if service is running, I should be able to access this Jenkins server. Okay, something wrong, localhost colon 8080. Let me just double check that one. And network. Let me see on this machine is also running. It's something I have mapped port number 8080 here also. Eight zero eight one and not 8080. Let me check the network. Tools, network, my networks, port forwarding. Is anything port number 8080 is not there? Okay. Then yeah, so now it's coming up. Okay. So it will service is started, but starting the Jenkins website, default website, it takes time. Right. So here I'm using port number 8080. If you want to change this port number, that also you can do. So if I say etc default and Jenkins, so this is the file where HTTP port is mentioned, right? So if you want that to change this port number, you can update this HTTP port, or excuse me, you can mention it here, HTTP port and the port number. So that way also you can mention the Jenkins port number, right? Now it is taking some time to load. Let's wait for this. Meanwhile, I will show you one repository, github.com. So this is the repository which I will use for our CI/CD pipeline. So here I already have one project, which is a Maven project. And we have already discussed what is Maven project, right, in our Maven topic. And here I have a code which is saying hello cloud Jenkins. So as a DevOps engineer, application code does not matter to you, right? Because you are going to deploy the code. You are not going to develop the code. Development is done by the development team, and you are going to deploy the code, right? So that's why I have taken very simple Maven application, and this Maven application is having this code, which is hello from cloud, hello cloud Jenkins, right? Something like this, right? It is taking a long time. Generally, it does not take that much time. Curl localhost colon 8080. Curl command is not installed. apt install. Okay, let's start it. So I will enter the username. I have created the username last time, admin user, which is Raman user. Okay, so I'm getting logged in with the same account. Okay. Okay. Last time we have created one job which is called the first job, and we have seen some operations like build with parameter. We have seen how to declare the variables. We have seen what is Paul SCM, right? So all those things we have seen. Now today what we will do, we will basically target to our um, this repository, which is development repository, and we will we will create our CI/CD pipeline, right? So what I will do here, I will remove this particular uh, job, which is the first job, and I will say delete project, and yes, delete the project. Now I will create a new item here, and I will say GitHub repo. Okay. Now I will select the Freestyle project, and I will click on OK. So what it will do, it will connect to my, I want that it is to connect, it should be connect to my, this repository. So I will go to this project, which is CI/CD project, and I will copy this, right? And I will go here. So this is my GitHub project URL. And here I will not use this all SCM or periodically. We will see one more concept later, which is the webhook. So that we will see in our maybe tomorrow's lecture. So what I want to do, I want to select the this source code management, and I will mention this my Jenkins project, right? Now, because it is not having any username and password, it is having, but it's a public repository. So means there is no credential required. Now, what is the branch name? So here you can see the branch name is master. So I am targeting master branch only, right? So rest of the thing I will keep as it is, and I will save this job. Now, when I build this job, so there is a workspace get created. Under that workspace, it will download the GitHub repository content. So let us check now. If I build this, so build is started. right? Now it is connecting, and it is, if you see the console output here, so it is connected to my GitHub repository, and ultimately it has created a workspace. This is the workspace where my all the GitHub related code is available, that we have seen in our previous lecture also, right? So you can see all the files are downloaded here. So in previous lecture, I have shown you this concept with respect to the poll SCM, right? Now, next thing is that I want to build this code, right? I want to build this code. Now, to build this code, how to build with the Maven? So first, let us see whether Maven is installed. So if I say men hyphen version, so you can see Maven is not installed. So one way is that you install the Maven and run the command, right? Second way is that you can use the Maven plugin in Jenkins. So I will go to use the Maven plugin. So here, if I go to my, see, this is my GitHub repository. So this is job 1. So if I have job 2, which is basically performing certain action related to Maven, like Maven package, Maven, uh, build, or Maven deploy. So if we do those kind of activity, then I need to create one more job, and I need to point out this workspace. Okay. Instead of that, what we can do, we can go to the Jenkins, and here what we can do, we can go to the plugins, and we will use one plugin. So available plugin, we have not installed that one. So I will say Maven plugin. So I will select Maven integration. And one more thing, before going to this, I want to show you here. When I create a project, so you don't see any Maven related project type. Why? Because Maven plugin is not installed. So now I will go here and I will go and install Maven plugin. So I will go to available plugins, and here I will search for the Maven plugin. So Maven integration. So this plugin provides a deep integration between Jenkins and Maven. Okay, it adds support automatic trigger between the projects depending upon the snapshots, as well as automated configuration of various Jenkins publishers such as JUnit. Okay, so everything it provides. So it got released 8 months and 5 days ago, right? So this is the health, means 96%, which is a good health, means this looks fine, no vulnerability. So I will install this. So now this plugin is getting installed on my Jenkins server. Right, now this is installed successfully. Now I will go back to my Jenkins again. And now if I create a new item, so now you can see there is a Maven project. Because this plugin was not installed earlier, that's why we were not able to see this option. Now this plugin is installed. So in that case, I can see this option. So now what I want to do, I want to create a project. Let's name it Maven Git project. Okay, because what I want to do, or you can say Git and Maven project. What does it mean? It will first, you can give any name, but I'm giving this name because I'm going to do 2 actions. One action is that I will download the code from GitHub repository, and second, I will build that code. Okay. So now what I will do, Git Maven, or whatever the name you want to give. Now I will select this Maven project. Okay. Actually, before creating this Maven project, we need to perform one more action. Let me go back here. And now let me go to the Jenkins settings. And here you can see there is an option, configure the tools their location automatic installers. Okay, so now what we can do here, because we need Maven is to be installed on my machine. So this is my machine. If I say mvn hyphen hyphen version, so you see Maven is not installed. It is saying you can install the Maven. Now let me check, is Java is installed? I think Java we have installed, right? Because Jenkins server is here. Java 21 is already installed. Now what we will do, we will go back to here, tools, and if you search for Maven, so see Maven installation. So whenever you are using Maven plugin, so it wants that your Maven is to be installed on your machine, which is not installed at this moment. So now what we will say, add Maven. Okay, so if you are using Maven plugin into your, or if you are using Maven project, it will check whether Maven is installed or not. So you can have multiple versions if you want to refer. For example, I will say Maven 1 and add another installer, Maven 2, and so on. So this is the latest version, or if you want to choose any other version, you can choose that one. Okay, so I'm saying install from Apache. Maven is product of Apache and it is open source. So I'm saying MVN1 is to be used and Maven is to be installed. Okay, and save it. Okay, so now we have configured our Maven configuration under the tools. Now what we will do, we will go back to our Jenkins and now we will create a new item. And now I will say Git and Maven project. Okay, so I will create single job, right? So this is Maven project, click OK. Now what I will do here, I will, okay. So what I will do here, I will take my GitHub repository. So this is my GitHub repository link. So I will go here and I'll use this GitHub project. And then I will give this source code management, right? And master branch is fine. And now here you will see, where is pom.xml file is available. So now if you see in this same repository, I have pom.xml file. So it will take the pom.xml file from here. Okay. Now, next, what are the Maven goals? Goals means which command you want to execute. For example, I want to run clean package. So if you see in my repository, I don't have the target directory, right? So when you run the clean, and clean will delete the target directory if it exists, and package command will create a jar file, okay, on the basis of the pom.xml. In pom.xml, if I go here quickly, so you can see my project name is my project. Okay, this is the project name, and my jar file will be my project 1.0 snapshot. Okay, so I will go back here. And now I will go back to my Jenkins project. I want to run clean and package. You need not to write MV and clean and package. Okay. So now it is having certain conditions. One is post steps run only if the build succeeds. So what it is saying, that you want to execute a post step when the build is succeeded. If the build is succeeded and unstable. What is unstable means? Remember last time we have discussed the weather of our job, where I have shown you weather is um, that sun was showing and cloud was showing. Under cloud there was sun, so 80%, 60%. So it means it will show that whether your job is stable or not. Stability is basically calculated on the basis of last 5 builds, how it performed. If for example you are having 5 builds and 1 build was failed but 4 got executed successfully, then it means your job is 80% stable. and 20% unstable, right? And same way, if you are having two builds failed, then this is uh, this is basically 60% stable and 40% unstable. So, so we will talk about this post-build steps later, but I just want to say right? Now, this is my project, right? And it's not built until unless you build the unless unless you build your project, it won't create the workspace. Now, what I'm doing, I'm building this. Right now, this is building. Now, what it will do? It will perform first step to get the data from GitHub repository, and then Maven commands are to be executed. Right. So it is checking my project, right? And it is running some commands, right? Now you can see these are Maven related. That download happens. Remember when we discussed the Maven concept, all these things were happening on our CLI or terminal when we run the Maven goals like package or build command, right? So now, so you can see this is getting downloaded. Let it finish. Okay, now you can see it is finished successfully. And it is saying I have created one. So let's go to its workspace. So its workspace is where live this workspace. So here we will have now target directory. So if I say cd or ls this, so you can see that there is a target directory. How target directory is created? Whether Maven is already installed. If I say Maven hyphen version, it's not installed. Okay, it is Maven is not installed, but my uh, but my command get executed. Just give me 1 second.
Sir, if you are speaking, you are on mute.
Oh, sorry. My bad. So what I was saying that see, Maven is installed and I'm able to run this. Uh, I'm able to run this command, and Maven is not installed on my local machine. In my workspace also, if I go here, right? So you don't see anything related to Maven. Okay, this is something different. My own custom YAML file. And Maven is not installed. Where how Maven commands got executed because of that plugin. Okay, so that plugin is inside my Jenkins, and Jenkins is executing those commands. So that is what I was showing you in the console output. So here you can see that there is this is Git activity. After that, the Maven gets started from here. Maven plugins, dependencies, whatever is not dependencies, plugins especially. So that get downloaded. Now here you can see it is scanning the project. So what command it is executing? It is executing this command. See, where lib workspace form.xml file. It is taking this, right? Executing Maven command, this clean package, and scanning for the project. Now it is scanning the project, running those commands, right? Which is basically downloading the whatever is required to execute this project for form point of view, form.xml point of view. Now it is executing all these things, and at the end, when the required things are downloaded from the Maven repository, then at the end, it is saying building jar file. So it has created jar file under my target directory. And then it is uh, finishing that, and then the archive means it is doing some archiving, right? Because where workspace this form.xml to this particular snapshot.com, uh, which is basically we call it archiving. Okay, so it is archiving your file, right? And after that, channel is stopped and success. So you can see now my job is basically built, right? Now in single job, what I have done, I have downloaded Git, and as well as I have created the Maven jar file, and use I did not use two jobs. I use only one job here. Okay. So otherwise, if you create a separate Maven job, GitHub job Maven, so it is unnecessarily, multiple jobs you need to manage. So now in this case, you need to manage only a single job, right? Now what I will do, I will just delete this job, the one which we have created earlier, right? So what I'll do here, this job, delete the project. Okay. Now we are having this project, right? Now, second thing, what I want to do, I want to build a Docker file. Okay. So step number two, this is my step number one. Step number two, what I want to do, I want to build a Docker image. Now, in the same repository, I have a Docker file. So if you see here, Docker file. So what I'm doing, I'm using OpenJDK Alpine image. I don't know whether this exists or not. Let me just go to Docker Hub. Let me go to Docker Hub, because in that case, I need to modify this YAML file, and I will be searching for OpenJDK, that Docker image, and we will see whatever is the version we are having related to Alpine. We will use this one, which is this one. I will copy this. I will go here and I will edit my file. And instead of this, I will use this one. Now what I'm doing, open JDK means it will download the JDK file. It will create a directory called my data. And what it will do, it will take the target directory and take my jar file. And it will copy this jar file to my Docker image under my data directory. And at the end, what I'm doing, I'm just running this command java cp my data, my project, and this is my, means it will execute my script. So I will save this, commit the changes. Now, where is my target is? So if you see here, ls slash, so if I say ls slash and where slash lib docker, not docker, or docker we need to install first. So I'll say apt install docker.io because we need to run the docker related commands. We need to see the result. So docker is to be installed, right? So at this moment, I'm executing everything on a single machine, which is Jenkins server. But later we will have the agent machines also. So docker is getting installed. Okay, so docker is installed. Let us double check docker and hyphen version. Right. Now, right. Now, next is that right, right. So next, if I say ls slash where slash lib slash Jenkins, so this is my Jenkins home directory, okay? And here you will see that ls minus lic. Okay, now here you can see there is a jobs folder. Whatever job you are creating, it will be there. Logs folder, all the logs will be here. Plugins folder, all the plugins will be there, right? And let us see. Now, if I say ls and plugins, right? Now, whatever the plugins we have installed, this is available under this directory, right? So now here you can see we are having GitHub plugin. You can see GitHub plugin related files are here. And Maven should be there. Maven plugin you can see, right? So whatever the plugins, so ultimately because of this plugin, right? If I see what is under the Maven plugin, right? So you can see Maven related things are here. So, right. So images, etc. Everything is here. Now, if I say jobs, so whatever the jobs we have created, all jobs are there. What is in this job? So you can see whatever builds we have done, whatever modules are used. For example, if I say builds, right? So total, so far there is only one build. What is in that one build? So this is the build number 1. If you delete, that entry automatically get deleted from here, right? And right. So logs also you can see that is the console log. If I say cat and log, right? So whatever you have seen in the console log output, so it is here. Right? Now, next is that workspaces. So workspace is created when you execute your job. If you execute first time, a workspace get created, right? So 1 second, ls, right? So here the workspaces are not automatically get deleted. So we need to write some command to delete this, but we are more interested in this workspace, right? So here, if I say ls and this workspace, right? This is what we were seeing earlier. And under this target directory, I have this jar file. So I need to give this path to my job by saying, okay, take this jar file and create my Docker image. So as of now, you can see Docker images. I don't have any Docker image. Let me just decrease little bit that font. It will be more. So here you can see as of now, there is no uh, there is no uh, Docker image, right? So now we need to build our Docker image from our GitHub repository, right? So I will use this path. So this will be the path of my GitHub maven. So what you can do, you can go here. Yeah. Now we can build this Docker file, right? So this is our Docker file, and that is our directory, right? So what I will do, I will go here. I will create a new job, and I will call it as a Docker job. Okay. And this is I will just take it as a freestyle project for now and click OK. So this is my Docker job, Docker image job, right? And what I want to do, I want to go to the build step. And here I will add a build step and I will select execute shell. Now what I will do, I will just take this path. I will say cd to this particular directory. Now everything is here is executed by a Jenkins user. So that is why we need to use sudo. For cd command, we don't need to use sudo. So I'm saying go to this particular directory and perform certain steps. Those steps also I have mentioned in my repository. If you see here, docker .sh. Okay, let me see what I'm doing. Seeing if it is there, then delete. Okay, so this is a docker.sh file. Okay, so what I'm doing here, I'm checking, see, is there any container running? If container is running, then delete all the container. So in this case, I'm just concentrating that only my Docker image should be there. There should not be any other Docker image, right? So, or Docker container running. So I want to run only one container, which is my Docker container, right? So, so in that case, what I'm saying that if the number of containers, if it is greater than one, means greater than one, why it is? Let me just run this command here. If I say docker ps minus a, it will list all the containers, but there is no container. But if I say count, there is one line, right? This is one line. If I say wc minus l, so you can see there is one. If there is a container, it will be two lines, right? So I don't want any container to run. That's why I have written this script. Same way, Docker images. if I say there is one line, but if I say WC minus L, so it is returning 1, right? So um, it means if there is only one line greater than one line, then delete that one. Okay. So just one more second, one call. Sorry for that. There was a call, right? So I want that if there is any job or any container running, then any image or container running, then I want to delete. So that's why docker.sh file I have created. Now, next one is docker job.txt. Here, what I'm doing, go to that particular directory which I have mentioned. What I want to do, I want to push this Docker image to my remote repository also. Means image is to be built. First, we will build the image. Okay. And after building the image, we will push it to the Docker Hub. So if I go to hub.docker.com, right, I want my job is to be pushed, my image is to be pushed here, right? So that is why what I'm doing. My user ID is Raman Sharma 95 slash, I'm just giving the name as production image colon build number. Build number yesterday or in last lecture we have discussed. This is the unique value. Okay, it is the inbuilt Jenkins environment variable, which basically represents the build number. Okay, if it is first build, it will be 1. If it is second, then 2, and so on. And I want to push this Docker image to my remote repository, right? And I want to give full permission. I'm giving full permission, or you can give the required permission to your sh file and then execute this file and run the container, okay, with the latest Docker image. So build number will be always get changed. Okay, so this is my build.txt, build docker job.txt file. So I will just copy this. I will go to my Docker job and I will paste it here, and I will remove this one. And what you need to do, you need to yeah. So one second, Docker build -t. So I need not to go to the target directory, because target directory is, it is under this project. Now what you need to do, you need to use your user ID and the wherever I have used your account detail. So I'm using my account detail, and I will save this. Now Docker I have installed, I need to log in with the Docker. If I say Docker login -u, and my username is Raman Sharma 95, and we can use the personal access token that I have shown you how to use it. Or maybe let me try with my password. Okay, no, it needs the token only. So we'll create a token. So this is user ID and password as a token. So I will go to my Docker Hub, and there is a personal access token. Personal access token. Go to settings, billing, usage, storage. I think it is here somewhere. My profile. Not in my profile. Account settings. Personal access token. Personal access token. So I'll create a personal access token. Right. These are some personal access token I have created. Let me delete those. I'll generate a token, and I will say token 1 or token 2, whatever. Expiration date, I will say within 30 days it will be expired. It is for public read only. No, I want to push. So read and write and delete, everything I can do. So I will copy this token. Now I will go here and pass this token, press enter. So it will not show on the screen, but I have pasted. Okay, maybe when you right click on this, you will get paste option, and then it will be pasted. Now login is succeeded. Now what I want to do, I want to go to my Jenkins, right? So this job is, I want this job is to be executed after my okay, first let us build this job directly, then we will see how this job will be executed after my Maven job. Okay, so it is failed, some error. Let us see. Okay, so actually I need to run my first job because it will take the latest code. So let me just go there and let me build this job first. So now this is basically built. Now if I go back to my Jenkins project number 2, which is Docker job, and now I will build it. Now it should be fine. So now it is getting executed. My Docker image is getting built now. Okay, so that image was correct. Now it is executing other set of commands. My Docker image is now getting pushed to my remote repository. And you can see it is build number 2. So my production image 2 get created. Okay, so looks like everything fine so far. Now it is successful. So if it is successful, what will be the outcome? Docker images to be created. Docker images. Yes, there is a Docker image, which is Raman Sharma 95 production 2. A container is to be created. Container is created. If I see the log of this container, it should be the same output, whatever we were seeing in the Maven project. If I say Docker and logs of this particular name. So you can see same output. Okay, everything is fine. Now let me just go to the Docker hub. It should have a Docker image now. So if I go back to my repositories, so you can see there is a production image, right? With version 2 minutes ago, it just uploaded, right? Now, here you can see that recent tag is 2 because my build number was 2. This is other information, total size is this. Do you understand this? So what we have done, we have, we are having our code. Code is built. Code is with the help of that jar file. The image is created, Docker image is created, a container get created, my application is running. Step by step, everything is happening. Now, what I want that in this job is always automatically get executed when my first job get executed. So what I will do here in the configuration, if I go to the configuration, right? So there are two ways to do that. One way is that you can go to the job which you want to execute after another, and here you will find a one option, trigger, not this one, build after other projects are built. So if I select this one, I will say execute it after Git Maven project. So it means this will be automatically get executed once the Git Maven project get executed. Now let me save this. Now here so far there are two builds. Now if I go back to my Maven project, and now in the Maven project I will add one more configuration. Whenever there is a code change happens, then create a new build, right? So what I will do here, I will go to the whole SCM for now, right? Whole SCM, and I will say every 1 minute go and check, is there any change in my GitHub repository? If there is a change, then automatically build this. So now I'm not going to touch anything. So here, so far, there are 2 builds for my Docker job, right? And 2 builds for my Maven job. Now what I will do here, I will go here and I will change something into my repository. I will make a change here under SRC, right? And what I will do in Maven app.java, I will change it over here. I will edit this. I will say Cloud Jenkins workshop. I will put, and I will commit the changes. Now I will wait when my job will be automatically get executed. So first we will see this job is to be executed automatically. So now developer is making the change in the code, push it into the GitHub repository. Then it is automatically triggering this job, which is the Git Maven job, right? And then it will automatically trigger the next job, which is the Docker job. See, automatically, I did not build it. It automatically started. Once it is finished, then it will start the downstream job, which is so upstream project and downstream means one after another. Now here so far, this job is getting executed. Once it is finished, then it will execute this job, which is Docker job. So this is what we are building. Okay. So looks like that Maven job is not yet finished. Let us refresh it once. See here, third build is automatically started 4 seconds ago. Now finished, waiting. You can see that what is going on with the console output. So this is building the job. If you just want to click on this, it will show the console output. Okay. And my outcome is that there will be only single Docker image, production image 3, and one container only. Okay, I want to run my current application with the one container. We will implement, Kubernetes also, but as of now, we are using this concept. We will see the some more ways how we can run the Docker related stuff by using Jenkins. Now, so we are almost done. Let me close this. Right. So it is successful. If it is successful, so earlier I was saying production image 2. Now it should be production image 3. Oh, sorry. Yeah, means this is the log, same container, log you can see workshop, right? And now if I say ps minus a, so you can see that production image 3. Now if I go to my Docker Hub, there will be one more tag. So if you see here, there are 2. Now let me refresh this. Recent tag is 3. So I have multiple Docker images tags available. So I can maintain my Docker image tags also. Is it clear to you? Maybe you need to just, repeat whatever I have done here on your machine. All right. So I think for today, let's discuss up till here, and we will connect tomorrow. Okay. Thank you.